Welcome to Nota TV Power Talk. Kindly share, subscribe, promote Nota TV for protecting democratic values. Corona pandemic affected total world, all sectors and all industries. The education sector is the major and largely affected sector among all others. As per the guidelines formulated by the UNESCO, crores of the people and crores of the students on the crossroads where they are not able to pursue their education, where they are not able to feed their food with the nutrition effects. India is the major country. In India, we having 32 crore students are pursuing their education at different level, KG to PG. Today in our Nota TV, we are discussing the subject, the impact of the corona pandemic on Indian education system with our powerful guest, Anubha Srivastav Shai, a renowned activist and president, Parents Association of India, as well as she is a practicing advocate. Anubha Srivastav, welcome to Nota TV Power Talk.
Thank you for taking this initiative.
Anubha Srivastav, what is the coronavirus impact on Indian education system from KG to PG?
See, now this uncertainty which has come, the coronavirus, all of a sudden, because nobody was aware what is this coronavirus, and all of a sudden the schools which were running smoothly, they had to shut down because we have to take care of our children. The education sector right now is going through a very bad phase because most of the all the schools are shut down, universities, colleges, all are shut down, and due to this, the exams which were scheduled, normal exams which happens in school as well as the board exams of 10th and 12th, even entrance exams, all which were going to help, all are now postponed. Right now, there is no clarity. Even parents are very worried that when will this exam are going to happen, be it CBSE school, ICSE school, state board, many schools, other board schools also. So parents are in a dilemma that when is the school going to start post lockdown. Now we have some circular from CBSE that they are going to take exam for some subjects for 10th board in the month of July. But again, we are getting many calls from parents who are very much concerned whether they will be able to send their kids to appear for these exams or not, because after the lockdown is lifted, after that also there is no surety whether the vaccine will be introduced or not, will be developed or not. So parents are facing a lot of issues, and they are calling, they are sending mails, and they are saying that children are in a lot of stress, though they are trying their best to help the children at home. But now due to exams, especially 10th board exam, 12th board exam, children are facing a lot of issue and under a lot of stress because they don't know what is going to happen, when are they going to give the exam. And apart from this, lot of admissions also take place during this time. Admissions in nursery, in first standard also take place during this time, due to which everything is, even RT admissions. RT admissions also take place during this time. They have to fill the form. So even parents from the EWS category, that is economical weaker section, they are also worried that what is going to happen when the government will start the admission process. So there are a lot of things which are like the corona is having a lot of impact, negative impact on education system. Even teachers are also clueless whether they will be getting their salary or not. Many teachers have written to me that schools are not paying them salary, and many schools are terminating the teachers also because they are running short of funds.
Anubha Srivastav, which section students will be affected more? Yeah, any below poverty line or middle class or upper class?
See, mostly I would say below poverty line because they don't have access to online education, which is happening these days. Some schools have started the online education and e-learning and all, they have started, but only in urban areas. But the poor people in urban areas as well as in villages, they don't have access to internet, they don't have access to mobile phones. So from where they are going to study and will get these materials. So the EWS category, the below poverty line people are the most affected in this education system.
In oftenly we see the news items where maximum percentage of the schools don't have toilets and don't have access to any common minimum essentials. But where we can
Right.
expect online classes and internet connectivity to those schools.
See, there are many schools, low budget schools, many government schools also, they don't have even basic facilities in their schools. Giving online access to children, they cannot give access to all the online facilities. And students also, if the suppose the low budget schools will also try to provide facility, the students and parents are not well off, so they won't be able to have access to those facilities. So no doubt there is a lot of issues which we are facing, parents are facing. Even if the online programs are there, they are not able to access. So what I suggest is that government and state government, central government, as well as Child Rights Commission, state as well as National Child Rights Commission, NCPCR should come forward to take initiative, should involve the citizens as well as the parent associations and other NGOs, and should start the facility for distance learning.
Anubha Srivastava, I studied in a government school. Just because of the midday meal, I was regularly to my school. Like that, today also 56% of the students just going to the schools for midday meals and nutrition diet. Then what about their lifestyle, and what is the impact on their lifestyles?
Yes, the lower middle class as well as the poor class who are going to school, especially for midday meals, are facing a lot of problems. They are not able to have access to food also. Though government is trying their best, but still many students and children are not having access to food because the schools are closed. So midday meals should be support these children so that they meals also. Because many students, poor students, they come to school especially for midday meals. They enjoy midday meals. But now lakhs and crores of students are not having access to midday meals because schools are shut down. We can't call the students in school and provide them midday meals. So that should be distributed by the government and the local bodies so that the children who are going to school should not face any problem for having meals. So this is a very big concern because of this lockdown, because of this coronavirus. The students are not getting access to meals apart from the study material and other things. So this issue must be addressed by the state government as well as the central government. As soon as possible, they should have a look on this issue and should provide midday meals to all the students who are not having access, poor students.
What about academic losses, CBSE syllabus and IBSE syllabus and any technical education and UGC, all type of the, then how government is planning, whether it will be replaced or they are going to extend? If not, they are cancelling all type of the educational examinations this 2021.
See, as far as the academic loss is concerned, that is already happening. And most affected are the 10th board and 12th board students, and also the college students who are having semester exams, especially the ones who are in final. So government like CBSE has recently, HRD ministry has also recently come up with a circular that they are having plans to reduce the syllabus of CBSE schools. But that is pertaining to CBSE schools only. What about other boards? State board, ICSE board, IGCSE board, there are many boards. So government, central government, and as well as National Child Rights Commission, it's an autonomous body and they have all the powers. They can issue guidelines for the students who are from different boards, so that the curriculum when the school starts should be developed in such a way that the children will be able to study it in a span of 3 to 4 months. Whatever time they have, the curriculum and the examination pattern should be such that the student, it should be reduced, or else the academic year should start from maybe June or July or September, October, whatever, when this lockdown will be lifted and schools will reopen. So they should change the academic year for at least 1 month. So let the academic year be for, if they want, that can be for 10 months from September onwards. And again from next year, from July or August, again schools can reopen. So that way government must take some initiative, some major steps for reducing the syllabus and also changing the academic year, so that children will not face any issue and will not have to deal with these academic loss.
Yes. Anubha, education is the subject of this partly central and partly state. Since last 2 months, there is a huge communication gap between the central government and state government only in the subject of the education. Then what you suggest? How to resolve it?
See, education is no doubt partly state government and central government also, but I would say RTE Act is a central act. RTE Act is applicable for all the states and central government, all the authorities which comes under central government as well as state government. They are empowered to take decisions and frame guidelines under RTE Act for the welfare of the students and children and parents as well. So now I think the central government should contact the state governments like they are doing for other.
Anubha, coming to your point, Right to Education Act, it's enacted by the Parliament of India, but not adopted by the several states. For example,
Yes,
Telangana state,
Right.
and several
Right.
other states are there. Then what is the future of the respective state students?
See, I feel very bad if any state is not following the RTE guidelines and RTE Act. They are not implementing because it is mandatory. The RTE Act is a part of Constitution, so it's a fundamental right of each and every student to have access to education. If the state government is not implementing the RTE Act, following the RTE guidelines or RTE Act, RTE rules, and not implementing it in their own state, because it is mandatory, it is a constitutional right, it is already given in the Constitution that you have to give access to education to the poor students and all the students actually. So it is mandatory to implement RTE Act in each and every state. Mostly the ones who belong to poor category, who cannot afford education in even a low budget middle school. Low budget schools are there, but the students cannot go to these schools. Many students, I think the state government should now take it seriously and implement RTE Act in their own state. Like Telangana, they have not yet implemented the RTE Act. I don't know what is the reason. And the state government should intervene, as well as the National Commission for Child Rights Act. They should also issue direction to such states to implement the act immediately.
Anubha Srivastav, why central government, Ministry of HRD, not giving the perfect and clear guidelines for the education field?
Ministry of HRD, they are doing some research, and the new education policy also is like it's been drafted, and they are in consultation with many educationists and state governments also. But now is the time that I feel it's too late now that the government should start focusing on education like Delhi government is doing. Central government should also take it seriously and should start focusing on the education system. We have to, the education system of our country since past, I would say 15-20 years is going on a downline phase. It's students are not getting access to education, because I have also studied in KV school, that is central school, CBSE board, and my fees was hardly 15 rupees. And teachers were so good. Nowadays, we are facing a lot of problem in private schools where teachers, the education quality is degrading. So government should focus on the education quality of all the schools, whether it's private or government, and should take necessary steps immediately, and should address this issue where our education system is having a lot of issues and facing a lot of problem. Like the education quality is not good. We have been writing to HRD since past 3-4 years, and now they are saying they have come up with new education guideline, new education rule has come, policy. But even new education policy has a lot of loopholes. So that should be addressed, and immediately government should start working on this. Central government as well as state government. Central government in consultation with state government as well as NGOs and parent association should immediately focus on the education system of our country, which is really a very sad part. All the government schools, apart from education, health sector also, both sectors need to be addressed.
Anubha Srivastav, since last 2 months, all education institutions are closed. The students are suffering a lot, as well as teachers also. Then what is the future of the teachers' fraternity?
See, teachers' fraternity, I would say, will have to face a lot of issues once the lockdown gets over. Maybe many schools will terminate teachers or maybe they will not give the salary, or maybe they may give 50% salary if the teachers are getting. I don't know if they are getting or not, but if any bonus the schools are providing, any insurance and other services if they are providing, that is going to be impacted. Many teachers may not be able to continue with the service also, because at home they might be having many issues. Suppose the husband is not having proper job, wife or female teachers will not be able to cope up, and they will have to stay at home with their children. So I think post lockdown, yes, teachers community is going to face a lot of problem. There may be job cuts. The teachers may be terminated by many schools, and maybe their salary may be uh, deducted, or maybe cut down to 50%, like which is happening in other private sectors also.
Anubhav, what is the role and responsibility of the parents? How to deal with the private institutions and how to maintain communication between the government institutions and with the government? What is the role of the parents particularly?
The parents' role is very much important during this time, especially. As always, also their role is very important. But now the situation is very difficult, where even teachers and schools are facing a lot of problem for imparting education to the students. So parents and parent association and other parents community should come forward and help the schools as well as teachers. And the government should also have a word with the parent association and parents community. They can start a helpline number where they can, whatever issues are there which the schools are facing or the parents are facing, they can act as a bridge between the government and as well as the schools. So parents should come forward. Many parents are facing a problem financially also, so they should also come forward and inform the education department as well as the government that what all problems they are facing. And the schools and school association as well as parent association should come together and should have a dialogue with the state government that whatever problems they are facing, if a school is having some financial problem and parent is also having some financial problem, they are not able to pay the fee, jointly they should together come together and have a word with the government, difference of whatever issues they are facing in between. And government should also implement the guidelines which they are coming, which they are releasing the guidelines and GRs these days. Many GRs and guidelines are coming up, but the only problem is with the implementation. So government as well as parent association and school management together should come. They should come together and find a solution so that the students and children will not be affected.
What is the role of the Parents Association of India? How you are coordinating and what kind of agitations you are planning and for the favor of the students, and what is your plan of action?
See, as a parent association, we are writing to the government whatever problems the students are facing. We are having a discussion with government authorities as well as the Child Rights Commission. Parent association from different states are also, like, we are having a lot of discussions on WhatsApp and Facebook, and we are discussing all the issues which the particular state is facing. So the parent association of that particular state, in consultation with all the associations which are there in India, we are sending some guidelines, some suggestions to the government that to adopt these guidelines so that the students and teachers will not face any problem. So we are writing to government. Many associations have what all steps needs to be taken during this corona thing. And recently, when parent association received from different states, we received many complaints regarding fees, that unnecessary charges are being levied and schools are demanding, some schools are demanding fees. So associations have written to government and Child Rights Commission also. They have taken cognizance, and after that they have issued many guidelines. The new guidelines which has come up by CBSE and other state governments also is because parent associations are continuously following up with the government. And in future also, if these guidelines will not be implemented, then definitely parent associations are going to protest. And now we can't go and protest on road, but definitely we are filing many petitions online on change.org, and through many mails also we are sending. So this way the communication is happening between parent association and government, and we are writing continuously to the government to bring some particular guidelines. for the benefit of the children. Like, for example, for the reduction of, as far as the academic year is concerned, we are writing to the government to cut down on the syllabus and also to postpone the 10th board and other board exams. And if possible, we have also written to the government to cancel the 10th board exam.
Sure.
So, and give the, don't count that subject, whatever subjects are remaining, that should.
Anubha Srivastav, what you suggest Government of India when they can open the schools?
See, as far as schools are concerned, I would suggest that the schools should not open till the time vaccine is developed. Until unless the vaccine comes in the market and is being used properly and we get good results out of that vaccine, the school should not open, because it will again, if the government will open the schools, will give directions to open the school, parents will be very scared to send their children to school. And forcefully also, if they will have to send their students, send their children to school for appearing for exam or other activities, then there are chances that the virus will spread further, and then it will become very difficult to attend to these children, because we don't have that much facility, medical facility available in our country where we can deal with so many students. Right now also we are facing a lot of problem dealing with the patients, corona patients, because we don't have sufficient infrastructure. Once the school reopens once the lockdown is lifted and schools will be allowed to function, then there are more chances of getting the virus spread, and it will be very difficult to contain the spread. So my suggestion to the government is to open the school once the vaccine is developed and it is administered and experiment is done that yes, this vaccine is giving some positive result. Then only students should be allowed to go to the school.
Yeah, Anubha Srivastav, what will be the changes in the schools before Corona impact and after Corona impact, and lifestyle and social distancing and infrastructure wise? What you suggest?
See, infrastructure wise, and as far as I think that the post lockdown, before lockdown, now the capacity as per RT Act is 40 is to 1, like one teacher with 40 students is allowed in one section. But now after Corona, we have to maintain social distance. So maybe 10 or 15 maximum students should not be allowed in one class. And I think schools will face a lot of problem for dealing with this situation once the lockdown is over, lockdown is lifted, because we have to maintain social distancing for a long time. Students will have to come and wear the mask and all. So all the sanitization should happen. School should conduct sanitization and disinfection every day. But there will be a lot of problem which I feel the students and teachers are going to face once the lockdown is lifted, because most of the time they will be focusing on the hygiene and health and all the cleanliness. I don't know when will they get time to study, whether they will be able to focus on education or not. But yes, post lockdown, for social distancing, government should bring some guidelines where the student teacher ratio should be reduced, maybe 10 students or 15 students per class, and as well as they should wear mask, and disinfection they should conduct every day. Lot of sanitizer should be placed in the classroom, should be kept in the classroom and lobby and other areas. But yeah, it is really difficult. It will be very difficult phase for the students and education institutions to deal with this situation once the lockdown is over.
In this situation, are we going to continue 2021 academic year?
Right now, it is very difficult to comment on this because we don't know when the schools are going to start. Though government is saying that they are going to start from July onwards. But I don't think that from July onward, the situation will be under control. Already the numbers are increasing every day, and maybe it will increase more after 1 or 2 months. So post-lockdown, it will be very difficult for schools to continue. And I doubt that the academic year 2021, it will be difficult to continue the academic year 2021, especially for the students. College-going students, as far as it's concerned, is a different issue. But as far as school-going children are concerned, it will be very difficult to continue this academic year. But yes, we can do it through online teaching, e-learning as well as distance learning. The government should start immediately focusing on this issue because the academic year 2021 is really a difficult phase. They should start developing the curriculum for this academic year, especially for 2021. A different kind of curriculum should be developed, different kind of examination paper should be prepared, so that students will not face any kind of mental stress to deal with such situation. So the only thing is that a curriculum, a common curriculum, a uniform curriculum for all the schools across India should be developed, and the students should have access to that curriculum through online or even through some publishers. They can also courier this thing. The government should have a meeting with the published books association, and they should immediately, maybe in another 1 month's time, government should to develop a uniform curriculum in consultation with NCERT as well as Child Rights Commission. And after developing a uniform curriculum, that should be given access to all the students through online or through distance learning, whatever way they want to choose. Because 2021 is a difficult time, and it will be very difficult for students to cope up in 3-4 months. For suppose the syllabus is vast, same syllabus if we are going to continue, then it will become very difficult for the students to appear for exam. So different curriculum should be developed, especially for 2021, with less number of subjects, less number of topics, chapters, and that uniform curriculum should be implemented across India. Common entrance test for entrance exam in college and university. Similarly, we should have a common exam, common curriculum for all the schools in India for this particular year.
Anubha, are we learning any lessons from the world where already lockdown completed, like China, South Korea, and few European countries? They have successfully completed lockdown, and still they are facing some problem. In spite of also, they are running the educational institutions. Are we able to learn anything from that nations?
See, it is too early to comment on this because as far as China is concerned, the virus was spread during the month of October or November, I think. India, it came in the month of February and March. So right now we are in second stage, and it is too early to comment on this. But yes, we should definitely learn from other countries where the educational institutions they have started. Compulsory they are starting. I am getting messages from parents from other countries also that they don't want to send their children to school, but still government is forcing. They want to start the school. Many parents are working in other countries, so they are not able to go to job. If they have to start working, right now they were working from home, but few months time they have to start their office. So big issue which they are facing is where will they keep their children? So that's why in other countries they have started the schools. But in India, this situation will not happen because many mothers are not working. Like government should take care of those who are working, who are not able to attend the office, who are working from home. For them, we can take a call. But as far as other countries are concerned, the scene in other countries, infrastructure in other countries are totally different from our country. So we should take some guidance and some this thing from the other countries. We should follow. My suggestion would be to stick to our guidelines because India is doing very well as far as other countries are concerned. India right now is doing very well, though many people are there who don't follow the guidelines prescribed by the government. So that's why we are facing this problem.
Anubha, few state government already announced their SSC examination schedules. Even we have not completed this lockdown, and we are not ready to face the coronavirus, and we are not prevented coronavirus completely. In spite of that, also few state government announced schedule for the SSC board examinations. Then what is your comment on that?
See, I condemn such move because students will have to face problem. State government should take a second thought, should give a second call, and they should not allow the SSC board exams to happen so soon. They, like in Maharashtra, what the government did, they postponed the exams for SSC board, and now the Maharashtra government has announced that there will be no exam for SSC board, and the average marking will be given again there is a lot of dialogues which is happening, how the marks will be given. But as far as concerned, other states government, if they have announced the examination for SSC board, it is too early, and again the students will be under a lot of stress, parents will be under a lot of stress, so they should give a second call and should not announce such examination date, because right now it's too early. We have not yet come out of the lockdown phase, and once the lockdown is lifted, then also it will be really difficult to manage the students if they are going to appear for exam. Like in Maharashtra, recently when the government was not listening to our demands, they have not shut down the schools, government schools, state board schools, and lakhs of students were appearing for board exam. I have written to NCPCR and they took cognizance and they issued direction to the state government to stop immediately conducting the exams of the SSC student. On similar way, I think if the state government will not listen, then NCPCR will have to take cognizance and will have to intervene and issue direction to these state governments to not conduct the examination right now. And they can always promote these students. There is no harm in promoting these students of SSC board. Why the government is rushing for the state board exams? I don't know. So they should take a second call and not continue with the exams. Should take some suggestions from other educationists on how to deal with this situation. Examination is not right now important. More important is the life of a student, which we have to say.
Anubha Srivastav, one puzzle question for you. When we are going to end the lockdown?
Right now, it will be very difficult because I don't have data. But yes, it is the role of the government. Like in Kerala, they have lifted the lockdown, but not in other states. Kerala has done very well. They have adopted many ways. So that way we can follow Kerala. But right, every state is different. Maharashtra is a different state. Mumbai itself, I think, is a state. Mumbai in itself is a state having population in crores. So it will be difficult state-wise to continue the lockdown. Yes, when the state or any particular area is converted in green zone, that time they should open the lockdown, lift the lockdown. But it's too early because right now again the numbers are increasing and it's going to increase further. We don't have sufficient infrastructure to treat these COVID patients. So definitely they are going to spread the virus, and crores of asymptomatic patients must be there in India, which even we don't have the data, even government will not be aware. So lockdown, when it is going to be lifted is a very big question. I am not able to comment on that. It will be difficult, but yes, it will take some time. Like government is saying after 17th May, they will try to lift the lockdown. But yes, some states like Maharashtra, UP, Gujarat, they are facing a lot of problem. So it will be difficult for these states which are having more red zones and containment zones. They will not be in a position to lift the lockdown so soon.
Education is not important for the human life. Even it is the part of the life, but human lifestyle and health is more than important to education. I appeal to all the parents of the nation, stay at home, kindly follow the lockdown rules and regulations imposed by the state governments and central governments. Unless the governments release the vaccine, till the time, keep your children at your home only. Thank Anubha Srivastav for joining with the Nota TV Power Talk. Kindly keep fighting for the protection of the rights of the students as well as the parents. Thanks for joining with us, Nota TV Power Talk. Thank you, Anubha Srivastav.
Thank you so much.
Signing up, Silveri Srishalam.